Welcome to Lesson 3 of Module 1, Money Management, Control Your Cash Flow. This lesson is all about decisions and decision making. After you've gone through this lesson, you will have learned strategies to be mindfully deliberate about your spending decisions. And you know, making decisions about money can be hard. Sometimes you have to sacrifice what you are dying to have now for what you really want, but can't have until later. And sometimes the best choice for you is going to disappoint a friend. And if you're in a relationship, well, there are going to be times when you have to put off your wants to focus on your partner's. And there's rarely a perfect solution when it comes to decisions. And when you can't count on a steady income stream, making decisions about money can be even harder. All you can do is make the best decision you can with the information you have at the time. By going through this lesson, you are going to be practicing strategies to help you be mindful about major spending decisions. So what does that look like? Well, throughout this lesson, we're going to discuss what influences your spending decisions. We're going to identify tools and strategies to help you manage your spending habits. And by the end of this, you will be able to demonstrate how a decision-making process works. So once all of this is done, you're going to use what you've learned to make a deliberate decision for a major spending purchase. Have you ever heard the phrase, "there's an app for that"? Well, it came around when the iPhone and the iPad were becoming more popular because people were creating apps for the iPhone and the iPads. And there's an app for just about anything, including spending. So take a moment, and I want you to think about any applications, any phone applications that you know of that could help you be a smart shopper. If you haven't already, grab a scratch sheet of paper or use the back of a sheet of paper in your notebook and just jot down some possible applications that you know of that could help you be a smart shopper, that could help you save money when you're shopping, or maybe check the quality of products when you're thinking about making a purchase. There are a number of different companies that have created phone apps for shopping. Some of them include Amazon Mobile for scanning, Old Navy's Snap app. There's one called Red Laser. There's also the QR scanner. Groupon is another shopping application. You can use Foursquare to check in and get some discounts wherever you check in. 17, Shopkick, Living Social. These are all phone apps that you can use to become a smarter shopper. Now, perhaps you feel that you are a smart shopper even though you don't use a smartphone while shopping in a store. What are some other ways that you save money or check the quality of products when you're shopping? Some things that you could do are use coupons or check the store's weekly specials and compare them to other stores in the area. You can compare prices between stores. You can look at different reviews for different products that you would like to purchase. In your notebook, there is an article. It's titled 15 Shopping Apps That Can Save You Big Bucks. And in fact, there are listed in this article 15 apps that you can download onto your phone or iPad that can help you save money while you're shopping. I'd like you to go ahead and pause this video and read that article, please. When we're done, we're going to talk about it. Now that you've finished reading, let's discuss how these apps can help you become a smarter shopper. As I was reading the article, I realized that a lot of the apps do things that humans have been doing for years. Instead of clipping coupons, these apps will take a picture and let you save them on your phone. There's price checkers that let you do this online rather than gathering all of the store flyers and seeing which one offers the cheapest price this week. I love that there's an app that shows you where the bathroom is in specific malls. That, to me, it just blows my mind. It's awesome. But these are things that we've been doing for years. Now they're just handy-dandy on our phone, and it makes it a whole lot easier for us to become smarter shoppers. One of my favorite apps from that article was the keychain. I have so many different loyalty cards to so many different stores around my community, and it's taking up a lot of space on my keychain. So rather than carrying around these plastic flimsy little things that take up so much space, all I have to do is snap a picture on my phone, show the cashier, and bada bing, bada boom, I get my loyalty points. I love it. What I'd like for you to do is get some paper. It can be a scratch sheet of paper, it can be lined notebook paper, but get some paper. I want you to think about the 2 apps from the article that you think would be most beneficial while shopping. Write down what they are, and then give 2 reasons why you think these apps could be beneficial to you. So 2 apps, your favorite 2 apps, and 2 reasons why each of them could be beneficial for you while you are shopping. Today, we're going to be looking at these topics. We're going to be answering these questions. What influences my spending decisions? What strategies can help me take control of my spending? And how can a criterion-based decision-making process work? And we'll look at those words. They're big words. If you don't know what they mean, by the end of this lesson, you will. We're going to use what you've learned today to make a deliberate spending decision for a major purchase. So one of the reasons why we want to be good decision makers is because a lot of the times businesses around us will try and tempt their consumers to spend money. They need to make money, and in order to make money, you have to advertise and you have to get your consumers to spend money. A great way that businesses encourage their customers to spend money is through loyalty programs. So take a couple seconds, see if you can think of any companies around you that offer loyalty programs. Loyalty programs are any time that you as a customer can earn points or credit that you can redeem later. Usually you get these points or credit through purchasing things. So what are some companies or brands that you know of that offer loyalty rewards? If you're having trouble coming up with some, don't worry. I've come up with a list for us. There's a lot of local grocery store chains that will offer rewards to customers with points for gasoline discounts. So they spend a certain amount of money in the store, and then they get so many cents off their gasoline purchase at that store. Kroger does that. Food Lion does something similar where you actually get money off your next purchase in the store. Sheetz does that, as does Speedway. These are all gas reduction prices. Sam's Club, also you can get reduced gas by being a loyalty member. Many credit cards and store charge cards, they also provide currency that can be redeemed for store credit or gift cards or even cash back. Old Navy does this, Gap, Banana Republic, Macy's, JCPenney, Sears. These companies, they all have cards that will give you something back, so a certain amount of money back once you've purchased so much money as well. Virtual currency is also on the rise. This is an online marketing strategy that encourages consumers to earn points and virtual currency in an entertaining format by spending money on gaming. So you spend money on your game and you get virtual currencies, so things that you can use to spend inside of the game. If you've ever played Farmville, that was really popular a while back, or any of those new games that you spend American currency and then you get currency inside that game that can only be spent there. That is a loyalty customer ploy. Have you ever played the McDonald's Monopoly Sweepstakes? That is another type of loyalty customer program. You purchase something from McDonald's, they give you a little scratch card or peel card, and once you get 3 of a kind or whatever the rules require, you get a prize. It's a great strategy that businesses use to get people to buy more things. Unfortunately, sometimes businesses are so good at encouraging people to buy more things so that they get the rewards points that they customers actually spend more money than intended just to get the rewards. Can you ever think, if you've ever had a rewards card or a loyalty program card, can you think of a time where you spent more money than you planned so that you could earn more points or rewards? I know for me personally, this is a huge struggle. I am a Starbucks loyalty reward card member, and I go there religiously. I love Starbucks coffee. Sometimes, though, they will send me an email or a text message and say, come in between this time and this time and purchase this item that I would never ever drink, and we will give you extra bonus rewards so that you can earn a new prize faster. And oftentimes I am so tempted by that strategy that I will go walk into a Starbucks and purchase that soy frappuccino latte stuff that they offer and spend more money than I expected to, and to try and get the loyalty points. So sometimes, even when we know how we want to spend our money, we can easily fall for marketing schemes that make us spend more than we want on items we usually don't need. That's why understanding how to make decisions and having good decision-making skills can really benefit you as you're learning how to manage your own money. So in order to become wise spenders, a lot of the times we have to decide to make a sensible decision. I'd like you to get your student guide out and turn to pages 19 and 20 in there and read through that. The sections that says decide to succeed. So it starts on page 19 and it goes all the way through page 20. Pause this video, go ahead and read through page 19 and 20 right now. Now that you've finished reading, I hope you've seen that there are some certain steps that we can take, that we can apply when we try and make decisions about how to spend money. Consumers, we can potentially reduce the risk of having that buyer's remorse if we do a little homework in advance of spending our money. One strategy you can use is to use the decide process to first clarify what our goal is and the criteria for our outcome, compare our options, and finally choose the option that best matches our goal. And when we plan in advance, consumers and customers, we can reduce the chance of being tempted to spend more money than planned or spend more money on something they really don't need or want. The word decide makes an acrostic for our decision-making plan. So the first thing you do when you decide is you define your goal. What is it that you're looking to purchase? What is it that you're going for? And establish the criteria for an acceptable outcome. Really wordy. Let's break this down and see what it really means. So when we're establishing criteria, we're looking at the features we absolutely must have when we're purchasing something. And we're identifying the features that would be nice to have, but we could probably live without it. The C from decide stands for choosing 2 or 3 good options. We can eliminate any options without our must-haves and then choose a couple of the remaining options. Identify pros and cons of the options. If you have a lot of criteria and options, you may want to make a chart that compares the features of each option. This is really good when purchasing. This is good in any life decision. In any big decision, always you could make a pro and con list and see, do the pros outweigh the cons of this decision? D, decide what's best. Which option matches your criteria the best? Which one has more of those pros and exactly what you want for your goal? And last, evaluate your results. Look and note what you do and don't like about the choice so you can add that to your criteria for next time. In our next lesson, we'll look at how we can use the decide decision strategy to figure out if something is an acceptable purchase or not.